guys, welcome back. If you're not new here, I know I haven't posted a video in a while, but I'm going to start doing it hopefully every week or every 2 weeks. And if you are new here, thanks for coming and stopping by. I hope you do like this video. Keep watching. Give it a thumbs up if you do enjoy it and you want me to do more of it so I have feedback. But basically, the video today is going to be my leg and glute workout, mostly glutes. I didn't do any isolation leg workouts. I did isolation glute workouts, and this is my whole workout routine that I did today. So if you're interested, keep watching to see more of my leg workout today. Bye.
Hey guys, so let's get into it. So in this video, I'm doing my dynamic warm-up, which consists of a lot of hip movements. So I'm swinging my legs around just so I can get my hips opened up so I can be ready to start. Okay, so now that I've finished my dynamic warm-up, I'm going to move into a specific warm-up. So in this case, I started with about 50% of my load, and I did 3 reps of it just for a warm-up. Next, I'm going to add another plate on to make it around 75% of my load, and I'm going to do 3 reps of that again. I'm going to start my working set, which is the weight I am going to be doing for 3 sets, and for my reps today, I did 12. Now, when doing hip thrusts, you want to focus on having a posterior pelvic tilt, which means you tilt your hips inwards and you're almost rounding your back. You're rounding your upper back and keeping your neck tucked in. I put a picture in the corner to show you kind of how you should have it. It may look wrong, but it's how to get the most activation out of your glutes when doing this exercise. So I sit like this in between my hip thrust sets to get a nice stretch in my glutes and to get ready for my next set. So now moving on to sumo deadlifts, you want to put your feet pretty wide and you want to have them about 45 degrees pointed outwards. You want to bring your shins as close to the bar as possible, or bring the bar to your shins. I'm using a reverse grip just because I don't have that much grip strength. My knees are going to go out, my hands are going on the inside of my knees, my back is arched, and I'm just pulling straight up. So that was a warm-up, and I just did 3 reps of it. I'm going to add a little bit more weight on the bar to do another warm-up, and I'm going to do 3 reps again because I'm working up to my working sets. So same thing again, my feet are in the same place. They're going to be bigger than, like more than shoulder width apart. They're going to be wider. Knees go out, I go down, I'm not all the way to parallel, my hips are just above parallel, my back is still arched, it's never rounded. And now for my working set. So I put wrist wraps on my hands, on my wrist, and then I also put my belt on. This is to help my basically core strength so I don't hurt my lower back, and then also so I don't have enough grip strength, I use the grips just so I can lift the weight and not have to worry about my hands slipping at all. So I'm not about to lift it like this, do not worry, I'm just putting the wrist straps on. Once I'm ready, I will put my hips down just like that. Again, not all the way to parallel, just above. My back is never rounded, it's always arched. And for today, for my deadlifts, I did 3 sets of 8, and the reason for this is because it's a really hard movement, really taxing, so I don't do high reps on these. I do nothing more than 8. I usually do 8, 6, and 4, and then 1 RM. Alright, moving into the next exercise, these are going to be Smith machine step-ups. So I do this with a bench, and I put the bench basically slightly in front, just right over the Smith machine, and I actually put it a little bit farther back so I can lean forward a little bit more, but as I'm leaning forward, I still have an arch in my back. And the reason I do it like this and on the Smith machine lean forward is because it targets your glutes more rather than just being straight up and having your body kind of straight. So when you are leaned over, it creates more of a stretch in your glutes. So basically just think about it, just going up, and when you go down, just control it, go down a little bit deeper than parallel, and just think about squeezing your glutes when you come up. Alright, so next exercise on the Smith machine is skater squats. So if you aren't familiar with skater squats, it's basically one-legged squats. So you could do this with the TRX for beginners, but I like doing it with the Smith machine if you're kind of intermediate or advanced, because this is a way you can basically kind of get more weight and do it. And so basically what a skater squat is you're hovering your back leg and you're basically just squatting down. It's almost like mimicking a lunge, except you're only using that front leg. So this will really target your glutes when you're doing it. Alright, so moving into the squat press. I just did a warm up on this and I wanted to show you guys how to do a normal squat press. So when I do it, I typically put a resistance band above my knee, so basically it's like right on my thighs, right on my quads, and I drive my knees outwards. This is how you target your glutes more on a squat press, leg press, any of that stuff. So that was just my warm up. I just put another warm up on, and then I'm going to do this for a few reps, and then I'm going to move to my working set. Like I said before, make sure to drive your knees out to get the full effect, so you are hitting your glutes more rather than if you were to do this with no band. Okay, now moving into the next way that I target my glutes on the leg press or squat press is I do single leg. I sit on my leg and I face one way. I point my toe outwards, point my foot outwards, the one that is working, and I make sure my knee is going up and into my body rather than it's going kind of concaving in. So basically doing this is going to target your glutes more because it's adding abduction, which means your knee is going away, and then also it's putting it in the lengthened and then in the full extension position. So this is a really great exercise that I feel like is really underrated, but definitely something you can do. It's really challenging, so you have to put really light weight on, but try it with no weight because these already do have resistance, and then go from there. Alright, so time to do some more abduction exercises. So this one is a main abductor exercise. It's going to target more of your upper glutes, and you basically want to put an ankle strap or just kind of like anything that you can put on your foot or on your ankle, and you're just going to lean slightly forward, have a slight bend in both your knees, and you're just going to kick outwards and slowly go back down. You want to control the weight, and you want to do this to both sides. Obviously, choose your weaker leg first because it is harder if you do it the other way around. Hold on for stability and just try to keep as still as possible. Okay, and this last exercise is mimicking donkey kicks or cable kickbacks. However, I'm not a big fan of cable kickbacks because I don't feel them in my glutes, and I also find a lot of people, they go from a bent to straight leg or straight to bent leg, which can actually cause other muscles to start working. So what I like to do is I like to put a cable attachment that's just a loop and put it right above my knee and just kick back. I lean over and I still have a little slight arch in my back. It's more neutral than anything, and I point my toe out and I just kick upwards while keeping the same angle in my leg. So final exercise I like to end with is going to be a little band burnout. So basically I put a band right above my knees like always, and I bend over while keeping arched back, and I basically just abduct my knees, meaning I just push the resistance band out. Next, I'm going to do just seated straight up, still having the slight arch in my back, and I'm doing the same thing, and I'm doing 10 for each. And then last, I'm moving into a leaned back, same thing, and doing 10 more of those. And I'm going to do this 3 times. It's going to burn your glutes really bad, and I sped it up here just to show you it will start burning really bad. This is great to do at the end of your workout. Do not do this at the beginning or you'll fatigue yourself. Alright, and then I always end my workouts with static stretching. So static stretching is basically holding a stretch for 30 seconds or longer. So the reason I always end with this is because I don't want my muscles to be tight. And the reason that I never start with static stretching and I always start with dynamic stretching is because you want to do this at the end because it's loosening up your muscles. You don't want your muscles loose before you work out, and this has research behind it.